What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Not Just Adulting, where we are untangling the realities of adulthood because adulting is not always a straight line. I am so excited to discuss this topic with you guys today. We are talking about online dating, okay? Dating apps. And I have to say a special shout out to everybody who responded via social media and text messages and DMs because my mind was super blown by the responses that I received. I received a couple of wild stories. One where one of my friends, and let me just say this: a lot of y'all wanted to remain anonymous, and that's okay. Okay, we listen, we don't judge, we don't need y'all names. But I had one girl who said that she was on a date, and the guy handed her a key at the beginning, and at the she's thinking it's going to be something super special by the end of the date, like maybe a special gift, and it was a key to his privates. Okay, wow. I would not have even known how to respond in that situation. I had another crazy story where a friend of mine said that she went on a date with the guy. It went well. She went back to the crib with him, and then he chased her around the house butt naked, which of course was scary. Then I have another girl who, and this one wasn't like too wild at first. She said that she really connected with someone on a dating app and everything was going really well. She tried to send the person her number and they declined talking on the phone at first, but then they were just like open to it. She said she felt in her gut that something just wasn't right. And so, but she kept going. And they had a lot in common. They were both divorced, which is a reason why some people may need to hop into the dating apps, right? Both divorced, a lot in common. They finally talked on the phone. Everything went well, but she still felt in her gut that something was off. Rolls around, here's the person's birthday coming up, and they're just like, all right, let's go on a date. Let's go hang out. And the night before, the person hits her up and says, yeah, hey, I have something to tell you before we meet. And she's like, okay, what's up? Like, I'm ready to go. And they mentioned that they were a transgender. And so then she was left with that choice, like if she wanted to continue or not. And so different things happen on dating apps and different scenarios happen. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, I do want to say, because I don't want to sound like, I don't want to scare anybody off, okay? Because if you are thinking about doing a dating app thing, it might be for you, because I have also received DMs of success stories. Actually, two success stories of friends that I went to high school with, and they both said that they met their significant other on dating apps, and they are both married now with those with the people that they met, and they both have 3 kids. They both have 3 kids. And when I say both, I mean both of the 2 friends have 3 kids, like very happily married. So it can turn into a success story. So this is going to be a very special topic, and I have 2 amazing people that I am ready to introduce y'all to have an amazing conversation. All right, y'all. So now I'm going to introduce y'all to my guests for today, and I'm so excited to have both of them on here. Meet Anne, a Philly-based actor originally from the Poconos. She used online dating to explore NYC while living there and even while working on ships. These days, she's not exactly an online dating advocate, but she's got plenty of stories to share. And then there's Kendall from Brooklyn. He's been navigating the world of dating apps since 2020. A teacher at heart with a passion for finance, Kendall brings a unique perspective to the ups and downs of finding love online. So welcome, Anne and Kendall.
What's going on, guys?
Happy to
Pleasure
be
to be
here.
here.
I'm excited to have y'all here. I'm like ready to dig into this topic with y'all. And I'm like
Yeah,
bracing myself, like, let me just take a sip of water now because I have no clue where this
I'm
conversation is
ready to
about.
share the tea. So it's hot. It's
Okay,
2025. Let's start off with a bang.
Oof.
come on now, let's go. 2025 is insane. I can't believe we're here. So, how y'all doing?
Life is amazing. I'm super blessed. I'm grateful to be in California.
Yeah, and safe.
Yes,
Safe out
absolutely.
here. What about you, Annie? How is it out there in Philly right now for you?
I'm doing good. It's cold out here. We just staying busy and staying warm.
Come on now. Stay warm, booked and blessed. I love it. So, as you know, we are going to be talking about online dating today, the dating apps. And let's start off by just like both of you just saying, why did you choose to start using dating apps? Like what prompted you to begin that journey?
So I started using dating apps kind of as soon as I graduated college. I moved to New York and I was like, I don't know anybody here. So let me just see who all is in the city. So I started using the apps just to meet people. And I actually found that it was just a really good way to get to know my city because everybody had an idea of where we should go, what neighborhood we should be hanging out in, and different cool places they wanted to show me. So I found, oh, I guess I just want to keep using this, keep meeting people, and keep seeing what's going on in the city.
I listen. That's how I came across dating apps. It was 2020. I was getting ready to move to Las Vegas, and I felt like a great way to do marketing would be to use dating apps. You can meet dope people, have dope conversations, and build relationships. So I was like, let me try dating apps and see what happened. It just so happened that a lot of the women ended up being attractive. So I was like, hey, this is a win.
Now, when you say marketing, you mean like marketing yourself or for like
So
work?
for work, honestly, I was selling health and wellness products. So I was looking for beautiful women and I could sell health and wellness products to that I knew would have an audience. And I felt like if I could meet them on the app, we could have a good conversation. I could see how it could be a win-win for both parties. And it just so happened that I started meeting girls on the dating apps that actually would like me. And I would just be like, you know what? You seem pretty cool. Let's just continue dating. And then one thing led to another. And I just started being on dating apps.
Okay, so it started out like as business and then it
Absolutely.
like became a little personal.
Yep.
Wait,
Okay.
can I ask,
Mhm.
did those people know that it was business in the beginning?
No, they did not know it was business. And I tried this, and I always tried to segue it to business, but then they segue it back to personal. Like even when I was on dating apps, like I had prompts that I would do, like keyboard shortcuts that I would just send to a bunch of different women, the same line over and over to build relationships, to open those doors, because no, I didn't want to have the same conversation over and over and over. So that literally the first 5 or 6 lines were just a keyboard shortcut that I sent to every single girl. And the one that would give me their phone number, we would start an actual conversation. And then from there, I would see, is she a fit for this product or service? Or is she a fit for dating? Is she a fit for a friendship? Is she a fit for someone that I could just have a real relationship with and go from there?
Did either of you ever consider the fact that maybe some of the people that you're like swiping? Okay, so first of all, if I sound ignorant at all in this episode,
Mhm.
y'all just correct your girl because I've
We
never
got
ever
you.
in my life used a dating app.
Good for
So I'm
you.
actually really learning. But like I guess I don't know if they're all the same, like where it's like swipe left or swipe right or anything. But like did you ever consider that the people may know each other?
No,
You know?
I never.
No.
No?
Yeah, I've never
Okay,
ever
so
thought about that.
I
Yeah, I
do I
never
do have a homegirl who that happened to.
really.
Like
I've
what was crazy is that the guys were not even like I mean, I guess she has a type, you know?
okay.
So in that regard, yes, but they were from two different places. And like, so she had used the app in like when she was in one location and met one guy. And then when she went to another location, she used the app. And come to find out, the guys knew each other
Yeah, no, I've never
and
ran
it
into that.
came up in conversation. I'm gonna stop it there because I didn't ask her first to share that aspect of the story, but I was just like we were both mind blown when we found out that they actually knew each other.
Yeah,
Like
that's
That
nuts.
would be crazy. Well,
they yeah.
I have from time to time thought about, I wonder if this person knows my ex. Um,
Okay.
there's been a couple times where I'm like, I don't know, they sound very similar, like they might run in the same kind of circles or know the same kind of people. And I would feel a little bit, just have some reservations about that. But I will say one thing about sometimes I would use Facebook dating.
Oh,
And I
that's horrible.
really well, what I did like is that you can see some mutual friends. And so if I saw that they were mutual friends with my ex or anybody that they were friends with or any of their family members, then I'd be like, great, I don't even need to go in this direction.
I've used Facebook dating once, right? And the chick that I ended up dating, she was short. She wasn't really my type, to be honest with you. We went on a couple dates. She wasn't really my type. I just felt like Facebook dating, it just gives you so many options that it's hard to narrow down. And you look for the mutuals, but for me, it just didn't work. I prefer Hinge, because I can segue it to either 5 miles, 10 miles, 1 mile, height differential, things that are specific needs that I'm looking for. And I just feel like the quality of women that I would meet on Hinge tended to be better than Facebook dating, as well as all the other dating apps as well.
I can definitely agree with the amount of options. Like sometimes I'm like, this person, we'd never crossed paths. We don't even have that much in common. You're a million miles away. Why are you showing up to me? And even if I might show a little bit of interest because they're attractive, it's still just a lot of the people don't make sense. But I did meet a very good friend on Facebook dating, which was interesting for
Really?
me. Yeah, we thought that we really hit it off and that we might date for a while and we had some mutual friends and we did become friends even though we found out that we weren't the people for each other. But it still was nice to make a connect in a way of seeing mutual friends and then meeting someone that I'd never actually met, but should have met
That's
or
dope.
maybe would have met.
I met one of my best friends in Los Angeles like that. We went on a date. The energy was dope. The communication was amazing. It's just we just wanted different things at this stage of life. She was ready to be married, and she was gun set on that. And I'm like, I'm living a playboy life. Like I'm a bachelor. I'm an eligible bachelor. I'm focused on my goals, my drives. And I was like, you're a very attractive young lady, but I just for where I'm at in this stage of my life, I just don't want what you want. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of times guys have their pick of the litter when they have the characteristics that most women are looking for. And I'm at the stage of my life where I'm just like, okay, I want what I want, and I'm not going to settle for anything less because I believe you may be the best for right now. Let me become a better version of myself, and then see what my options are.
Hmm. Perspective.
Pick of the
Mhm.
litter was like,
Yeah.
woo, that phrase.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Because
get
I
it.
listen. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Like I have a lot of conversations with women about dating and stuff like that. And the thing that I've noticed is most women are geared to I want a relationship, I want kids, I want family, I want these things. And what I've realized is those things are all a byproduct of a connection. So for me, I'm looking for the connection first. In order for me to have a connection with you, I have to be able to protect, provide, have provisions for you. And you don't get those in your younger years. You get those in your mid 30s. So when I get to my mid 30s and I can do all those things for you, the caliber of woman that I may be able to attract at that stage of my life may be better than the one I may have to settle for in my 20s. And unfortunately, that's just the pick of the litter.
Pick of the litter. Got it. So maybe but that might be a you thing. And I'm not saying that
Possibly.
there's no one else that can like agree with that or have that same mindset, but I do think that it differs for everybody,
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely.
sometimes you can meet someone that you are willing to go through the growing to get
True.
to that next stage of your life with, while others are just like, nah,
Absolutely.
I'd rather just wait until I get there and then see what's out there for me. So let me ask y'all, what does your profile look like? Like, if because people might not have swiped on you guys before
Oh,
or
listen,
chosen you.
listen, there's so many messages that I've sent to girls that I thought were really attractive and I've never heard anything back from. But because
Uh-huh.
my profile is is cool. Like I'm the cool, laid back guy. I got goals, I got ambitions. I'm over 6 feet. I'm family oriented. I'm from New York City. Uh, it's just very down to earth. And my
Mm-hmm.
profile is not flashy. It's none of those things. So the women that I may really want to attract, they may not be interested because it's like, okay, he doesn't have the status, he doesn't have the money, he's not taking the trips, he doesn't have the adventure that I may be looking for at this stage of her life, and I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Annie?
I feel like my profile is more than anything real. Like I like to show what you're really gonna get, and I've gotten compliments for that. For exactly what you see on my profile is exactly who you're meeting when we go out. I try to show, as far as pictures, myself in every light that you'll see me, kind of every hairstyle, because hair can change a person incredibly. And I do go through phases and also just experience different things. So I like to show all the versions of the person that you're gonna get. And as far as like a bio, it's really simple, but it's also pretty straightforward as far as my personality, what I'm looking for. I find that people don't actually read what you're looking for. half the
Guys don't
time.
read at all.
Guys don't read, but women don't read. And I have also gotten myself into situations by just being too hasty and not actually looking at what a person has on their profile. So I try to be honest and super straightforward about what I am looking for, which changes from time to time. So I'll like to update that. Sometimes I am just looking to meet people and have a good time. And sometimes I'm looking to see, okay, is there a connection that's going to lead a little bit further? But I try to make sure that that is super clear in the profile because, things can get messy if people show
Absolutely.
up expecting something
Absolutely.
different than each other.
Has that
Honesty
ever
is the best
happened to
policy.
y'all? Listen, because I was going to ask y'all, like, have y'all ever like lied about anything on
Nah,
your profile? But it sounds like y'all haven't.
nah.
Like y'all keep it a buck.
Yeah, and I
There
also
was a
FaceTime too.
time. There was a time because I felt like it was a time that I was interested in, just like finding a friend, right? And
Hmm.
I felt that that made me look like a certain woman. And I thought,
Okay.
well, I'm going to attract a certain kind of guy, a different friend that I'm interested in. Like, even if I want a friend and want to have a physical relationship with a friend, I want someone who's kind. I want someone who's respectful. And I feel like sometimes men will read that and just jump to, like, oh, this is another woman that I can just use and abuse and mistreat. And like, it's just really not that. So,
Hmm.
um, I was, just putting like, oh, interested in long-term connection, even though that wasn't where I was. And I didn't even have the capacity to accept or experience that. So then I was running into men who really wanted to find their partner. And I just didn't even really have time to invest in a person.
That's
So
crazy.
I found that that was a challenge. And then on the other hand, there have been times where like, or there was a time where I saw a person. I thought he was handsome. We matched. I totally disregarded reading through all the profile, and he was into some stuff that I wasn't really into. But
So what
with
was he
me,
into?
Right.
Shit a tea. What was he
she
into?
What was he
not to
into?
shame anybody's kink, right?
Okay. Listen. We listen. We
We
don't
listen and we don't
judge.
judge, and I love this for him, right? It just wasn't for me. But
Hmm.
he had a bondage and a pee kink. And
A
I did
pee
not
kink,
pay enough
like
attention. Like
pee, like
on
urine.
you, like
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
R. Kelly type
like
of
R.
stuff.
Kelly. And
Okay.
okay, okay.
I found myself caught up in a surprise. And
Oh,
to which I had to in real time set a boundary of like, oh, wait, that's not for me. And he was like, well, I made it very clear that that was for me. And so that was my lesson in paying attention and just looking at the
Y'all
whole
gotta read
profile.
the
You gotta read
profile.
the
You
whole
gotta
profile.
read it. OMG. I would not have known what to do in that situation.
did you ever pee on him?
No.
I want to know.
I did not. I could not. And then I felt bad
Wait,
for wasting
I
his
actually don't even have
time.
to go to the bathroom right now.
I'm cracking up.
That's crazy.
We hit it off so well too. And I think the
And
shame
that
in
was the
that,
only thing.
well, I think the reason that we hit it off was false because I think when you find somebody that you feel is on the same page as you, immediately it's like, oh, I can trust you. I can share with you. I can give me to you. And if it's not like that, did you really have a connection?
Yeah.
Maybe, but maybe
Ooh, that's
not.
tough. Yeah.
That is tough.
So read the profile.
Y'all
I,
gotta read them details.
listen,
That's why they're there.
I've never had those type of experiences. I mean, and I date a lot on dating apps. One of the things that I'm very firm on is when I meet you on the dating app, you give me your number, we have to FaceTime at least 3 to 4 times before I see you in person. I need to know that you're a real person. I need to see if there is a connection because I don't like wasting my time, nor do I like wasting my money. I can't get I get the money back, but I definitely can't get my time back. So those are two things that are very important to me. And I think that allows me to weed out people very easily. And by the time we get to the date portion, we pretty much know each other. And it's a regular date. It's not as if I met you on a dating app. We done been kicking it on FaceTime. We done laughed and joked a couple of times. So when I see you, it's just someone I already know. And it just becomes normal. Now, I do have friends who meet girls on dating apps who don't FaceTime and are scared to death when they finally meet them. And it's horrible. I always tell my friends, yo, FaceTime, 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 FaceTime. I live by that. Because I don't want to end up somewhere and you don't look like your pictures and I gotta hurt your feelings, or I gotta say, yo, it's time for me to go. I'm not paying for this. It's a waste. I don't want to waste your time. I don't waste mine either. And you're not my type. So as a result of that, FaceTime, FaceTime, FaceTime.
I've definitely been more into video chatting, like in the later times that I've been online, because also more than the look, you can tell the energy. You can feel like really how you're vibing
Absolutely.
because you're in real time talking.
You would have never been in a situation where he wanted you to pee on him. Had y'all to FaceTime.
Exactly. Exactly. But I will
He's
say
like,
too,
so
like that
how's your
was
bladder feeling right now? Feel like you gotta pee, you got the urge. You're like,
That's
I actually gotta
crazy.
hang up.
but yeah, that was in the earlier days of online dating for me. So I was just kind of figuring it out. I still can't say I have figured it out.
For me, I think I'd say I figured online dating out simply because I believe that you are who you are. So it doesn't matter where I meet you at. I'm one of those people because I'm old school and I was taught how to walk up to a girl, ask them what's their name, ask them, can you get to know them face to face and not be afraid of rejection. So I feel like we're in a society now where you got to be able to do both. Most guys can't do both. They can only do online dating. The fact that I can do both, I have more options. And I love online dating because online dating gives me a different aspect to meet someone that normally I would never bump into them in a million years. And I tell people all the time, I've been in LA 3.5 years and I've learned the city of LA because of online dating. Because I'm the guy that'll meet a girl somewhere. She might live 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away. I'm getting in my car and I'm driving. I'm going to a restaurant in your neighborhood. I'm seeing your neighborhood. And I enjoy that. I think there's so many benefits to online dating. The problem for most people is they want to hide behind social media and not take accountability for you are who you are. You like what you like. Doesn't matter where you meet somebody at.
That makes sense. So, do you think that because I think it was Kendall, you had mentioned like your type. Like, do you think like this is for both of you that you know what your type is?
Yes.
Like when I say that, I mean like the type of person that you're actually looking for.
Yes.
Okay,
And
let's hear it.
I've learned that simply because I've dated so many of the wrong type of girls.
Mm.
Right. And I always tell people when I go on dates, most of the time when I'm dating to figure out what it is that I do not like. Not necessarily what it is that I like, because what you like, you'll naturally be attracted to. You don't have to force that. Like for me, I love a girl that's ambitious. I love a girl that's hardworking, that's athletic, that has drive, motivation, who is feminine, who is soft, who is catering, nurturing. Like I want to be treated like a king. Like for me, I want to feel treated like a king. I want to feel needed. I want you to have goals and ambitions. I don't want you to have to work 40 hours a week. I don't believe that you should have to work 40 hours a week. I believe you should be able to do what gives you energy. Because it's hard for me to say to my wife, yo, I want to come home. I want to have sex with you every single day. I want you to cook and clean. And you got to work 40 hours. To me, that's hard. That's a hard ask of any person. And I want to come home and have sex with my wife whenever I want to have sex. Like, I don't want her to be like, babe, I'm tired today. We can't have sex today. I want to be like, yo, babe, I had a long day. I want to relax, because most men show their affection and their caring for their partner through intercourse.
Sex every day.
Not every day.
My God.
No, not every day. Not every day.
I was trying to be mature, but it wasn't working.
Not every day, but at least, three times a week. At least three to four times a week. Mm-hmm. Because that's how men show that we love our partner. If you come home every day and your man doesn't want to touch you, he doesn't want to kiss you, he doesn't want to cuddle with you, the attraction isn't there. He should see you come through that door and he looking at you like, yo, I can't wait to jump all over you, girl. My bones is jumping right now. Like,
His bones jump right now.
Yeah. I want to be sexually attracted to my wife for the duration of the marriage. That's why it's so hard for me to choose a partner, because I know what I want. And it's like, I'm not going to get everything that I want, but I at least want my non-negotiables. And then my negotiables, we can figure that out on the back end.
I think I'm right there with the like online dating has helped me sift out what the non-negotiables are because I did date a lot of people. And so I think my type isn't so specific, but I know what I don't like. And it's just so easy to see it. But what my challenge is, I think that we can be too picky when it comes to online dating because we can
Absolutely.
just swipe and swipe and swipe and sift through, and we don't have to feel people out and we don't have to learn anything real or true about them. We just have stats that we get to look at and say, nope, 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 yes, nope. And then what really of substance are we learning about people? Because I think it makes the stakes so low for dating. Like the draw
True.
to get to know somebody is so low because why, if it's not exactly what I want, I can just swipe you away and grab the next one and see if they're what I want. And then you've dated however many people in your city and you still didn't find nobody that you liked enough to spend some significant time with because we're being so comparative and we're being so nitpicky because we have the option of choices. And I think that in that way online dating can handicap us because we're actually not taking people for who they are. A lot of times we're taking people for just the stats that we've chosen.
I think dating apps reveal to people who they actually are. I think a dating app is a tool. I don't think it's good nor bad. I just think that we were not designed to have as many options that we have. However, with the options, it makes it easier to sift out what is the characteristics that you're actually looking for. You can have your negotiables and non-negotiables. Because at the end of the day, no matter how we slice it, men are visual creatures. That's just what it is. And at the end of the day, a dating app or in person is not going to deter someone from not liking someone else. At the end of the day,
So, do you think that because you have so many options because of dating apps, that it could kind of make you or make one shallow? You know, because like, and the reason why I say that is because a lot of times, like, when you're dating someone and getting to know someone, like, nobody is perfect, right?
absolutely,
And so, like, when you're in a relationship and you're like growing, like, there are going to be some things that, like, things that people will reveal to you, just like, I don't like that. It gets on my nerves. But, like, you work through it and you try to figure out, like, is this a major red flag or non negotiable that I can't deal with? Or is this something that we could work through? But with so many options out there, like, do you think that one, it could cause one to be shallow, or it could cause someone not to like stick it out and just try to persevere through these issues to get to the end goal of like marriage or having life together?
I'm gonna be
And this
honest.
is for both of y'all.
I think that having so many options gives you a choice to see what you truly want, truthfully. Because at the end of the day, unless a man is happy with who he is and where he is at this stage of his life, he's never going to be able to compliment a woman anyway. A man can't give you the best version of him if he doesn't know what the best version of him looks like. So at the end of the day, the dating app is only going to reveal to him that he's actually not ready to be committed to you because he's still going through that process. Because when he's ready to settle down and commit to you, he'll get rid of the dating apps, he'll get rid of the girl, the Instagram models, he'll get rid of all of that. Because no matter what flaws you have, you bring out a version of him that he admires and that he wants to live for. And he wants to be the best version of himself to complement you, no matter where he meets you at.
Annie, what say you?
I'm just thinking, for me, I think dating apps do make me shallow just because I also like to meet people out in in the real world.
Real
And
life. In the real world.
and I think connecting with people in real life is much more my superpower. I thrive in that area. And so I'm like, well, if I'm going to meet someone online, he's going to look how I want him to look. Like we're skipping all of that cuz I can't engage with any of that right now. What I can engage with is how he looks. So I'm going through my specs. I'm making sure he looks the way that I want him to when there's probably a whole bunch of people that I'm swiping left on that I would actually chat with in real, in person
Absolutely.
and spend some time with. But I'm like, no, if I'm going to find somebody online, I'm finding exactly what I want them to look like because that's the only frame of reference that I have in that moment. Not only, but like the main frame of reference.
Yeah. Do
I
you
think
think that it makes you like feel like spoiled a little bit, being
Yes,
able to, because that's
Definitely
what I'm feeling
spoiled.
like.
I love being spoiled. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love being spoiled. I think at the end of the day, I think dating apps can be a hindrance. Yes, you have to be able to do both. The biggest red flag that I've seen from dating apps is it's made guys intimidated to talk to women. So, like Annie just said, she wants to meet someone in person. You can do that with both. The problem is the average guy is intimidated now. So you walk up, you have your 6-inch heels on, your makeup done to the nines, you with your girls. 9 out of 10 guys are not approaching your friend group to say hello. And
That's true. Men are not approaching the way that they
it,
used to. For sure
yeah,
not.
it's tough because like for me, I tell people all the time, I love talking to a woman outside simply because I like to see if I like to feel the nerves in my stomach. Like, okay, is she gonna tell me no? Is she gonna tell me yes? It lets me know that I still got it. So I love that feeling. But you gotta be able to do both. Like I love walking up to you. Like I remember tell you a story. I'm out with some friends, we're at a bar. The waitress, beautiful girl, fair skin, maybe Hispanic, long curly hair, light gray eyes, gorgeous girl. And the whole time I'm sitting there like, I want to shoot my shot. I want to shoot my shot. My homeboy like, okay, shoot your shot. I'm like, I want to, but I'm like, I don't really know. I'm like, ah. And I'm like, but the difference between me and most guys is I'm not gonna go home and DM you. I'm not gonna look for your Instagram. So if I don't shoot, it is what it is. So then I end up not shooting my shot. I end up going back probably like 2 weeks later and I seen her again, and she still looks beautiful. But my thing is, all right, I get this girl's phone number. I take her out on a date. Before I can find out if I actually like her, it's probably gonna be 3 dates. Well, we live in California, so the average date in California is $250 to $300. So I'm spending close to $1,000 to see if I even like you. I don't really want to play that game all that often. So I'll do the dating app. We could chat it up. And then when I'm ready to step out and get the one that I truly want, I can play that game. But most guys can't afford to play the dating game either. That's why they run to the dating apps.
Mm,
Dating is expensive.
interesting. It
That's a
sounds
rich.
expensive.
It's a rich man's game. And how I break it down is right. I tell people I was with a friend of mine recently, and I was saying to her, I said most women do what men do, right? So if I'm on a date and I order 3 shots because I drink alcohol, she's going to drink 3 shots as well. Or a drink is $20 a drink, so that's $120 before we even get to food. The average entree is $35, so that's $70 right there. Then if we do 2 appetizers, that's another 25. When you plus the tipping, I'm at 300, 350 for one date. And that's dinner. Because most women don't want to go get coffee. They don't want to really go on a hike. They want to do dinner. They want to do something fun. Dinner because they want to get to know who you are as a person.
See, but I
So
disagree
conversation.
there. Not to cut you off, but I think that women do want to get coffee. I'm not going on a hike with somebody that I met online. Sorry, not getting kidnapped, not this time. But, because women have to think about safety a
Mm-hmm.
lot when it comes to
Safety.
meeting
Mm-hmm.
people.
Absolutely.
And I do think that on a video chat, I can gauge if you're a psychopath or
Mm-hmm.
not. But I also think, like,
Yes.
I just met you, certain things I cannot do. Some women feel comfortable. I can't get in your car. I can't go anywhere remote with you. So when I'm thinking of like first date ideas, I'm also thinking, I don't want this man to spend that much money on me because I don't want to feel like there's anything left on the table. Like, I want to feel like we just kind of met and saw what was up. I love a coffee date. I love like going to a crowded park. I like going to have a shared experience and then going somewhere to talk about it afterwards. Slice of pizza, something like really, really low frills for the first meeting, because I think same as I might go on a lot of these dates, he's probably going on a lot of these dates too. And like, that does get expensive. But
It does.
I think that most women understand that. And I think that nobody, well, I can't say nobody, because eventually, right, I want to have nice dates. Eventually, I want to go somewhere and have a man really show me like what he can offer me, not necessarily financially, but like what kind of time he's trying to show me and how he's trying to show me that he views me. I want to see that too. But I think on a first date, I think you'd be surprised how many women will grab a cup of coffee with you.
But but so the problem with coffee dates is, dates came from the probability of sex at the end of the night. So it's technically not a date if there is no probability of sex at the end of the night.
You can't have sex after coffee?
No.
I mean, that's a real question because it's like people have morning sex. So
No,
it's
you
like if
could.
you
No,
meet
listen.
up for
Listen. You
coffee and
could.
bagels and then
You
y'all want to
could.
go, yeah, then like, what's wrong with you? Can't?
Thinking
I
that
don't
it's
know. I'm just
not a
wondering.
date is crazy
But
for
first,
me.
listen, that's one of the things that I've come across. They said the reason a date is a date is because there's probability of sex at the end of the night. That's why coffee dates do not necessarily fall in the date category, because 9 times out of 10 you're not having sex with the person after you guys get coffee.
So is that the only reason why? Is that just the end goal? Sex?
Not always, but a lot of the time, yeah, guys want to have sex.
Because that's the thing is like,
After
I don't
the
have a
first
problem with
meeting?
that. Sometimes that is the goal of a date, or like, the possibility of that is the goal of a date for sure. Upon first meeting is kind of a crazy expectation, I think. But then also,
It is.
what if, we have coffee in the afternoon or whatever in the morning, we finish our days and then we want to double back because the energy was so immaculate. Like, what about that? Because there's still always a possibility, if we're really hitting it off, there's still always a possibility of sex.
Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. But most guys are afraid to take that chance.
OMG.
Because listen, guys have people. Guys are more emotional than women, right? So if we do coffee, and it's the start of the day, and the coffee date doesn't go well, now I know in my mind that I'm never getting no sex. But
that's fine. At least you found out earlier in the day. It's like you only spent like maybe $20 depending on which establishment you went to. And then it's just like, okay, cool. Tonight I'm free. I can go meet shorty from the other day that I swiped on that I already know. We already had our first date and I know that this time around I could get it. You know what I mean?
Guys' egos are fragile, right? And guys want what they want. So with guys wanting what they want, it's like, okay, I think coffee dates are great, but not the first date. Maybe the second.
So how does dating become less or become more than a sex machine for men if it's about getting the woman on the date for the first date with the possibility of sex tonight?
Because here's the thing, when you meet that girl and you're in the back of your mind, it's 50-50. Either I'm going to get some or I'm not going to get some. But if the energy and the connection is dope and I don't get none, then I'm looking forward to the next date. The thing is, guys want to be led on the chase as well. No guy, listen, guys say they want it on the first date. If we get it, it's like, cool, I know what this is. But we want to be led down a path to the sex. So, and what I mean by that is, the girl that usually gets the call back from a guy is the girl that's flirting with him, hugging on him, making him feel needed, making him feel wanted. And at the end of the night, she's like, yo, you know what? The next time we may go a little bit further. Like, guys have to be led down a path. You can't just give it to them right away. And I think that's what's wrong with a lot of these relationships. The art of cat and mouse is gone in this generation.
So wait, I have something to say. So then starting off initially with coffee is perfect for that, to give you that chase. Because if you go to dinner on that first night, it's just like already it's nighttime. So you already know that feeling is starting to go through everybody's veins. Like everybody, ooh, it's getting nighttime, And then because you're at dinner, you're going to want to pair that with some wine or some tequila or some type of a drink.
That's the plan.
That's going to get it going. So if you want to chase, you should start with coffee, where it's going to get you energy. You're able to generate natural conversation, vibes, feelings. And then, like Annie mentioned earlier, if now that was such a good morning, like, let me go do what I had to do in the afternoon. Like, let's circle back this evening. And then those feelings come through, you know what I'm saying? And so that way you could kind of have like a nice natural, like a more natural flow to things. So if you want to still chase or whatever, then it's just like we had an amazing morning, a great evening, and wow, she's still teasing me like I got to wait till the next date, you know what I'm saying? But it's like if you just jump right into dinner, then you're not really going to get too much of a chase because y'all already feeling it. And you spent all that money per what you were saying earlier.
And now after spending that money, I'm like,
there's no chase. Especially, and you had me at the fact that y'all both ordered an appetizer. Like, y'all ain't even split that joint. Like,
listen,
what? We didn't split that joint for real, because like we gonna share these mozzarella sticks.
And I also believe that it really comes down to the woman, truthfully, because you have some women that you'll say, let's do coffee dates or let's do something during the day. And they're like, nah, I got this going on. I can't do something during the day. And you have some women that prefer dinner. So it really depends on the woman, truthfully. And that's why in the beginning of a relationship, women have all the power. That's why they say women choose who they want to sleep with and men choose who they want to marry. The trick is to have both of them line up so that you can have a happily ever after.
Hmm.
That's the biggest thing. So,
Okay. Perspective. That's
mhm.
perspective. See, I don't think I would make it right now in the dating world, to be honest with you, because I feel like based on what you just said, I have a say in who I want to marry to. And I also feel like I have a say in if I want to have sex with you. You know
You
what I'm
do.
saying? Like I feel like it's gonna go both ways, and you're gonna feel like, and I feel like that's actually something in person and in real life that I struggle with even growing up. Like is just like maybe the way that I come off, like maybe as they call it now. I don't think I lived so much in my feminine energy is what they call it
Okay.
now. I think that maybe my masculine energy was a little strong. And the reason why I say that is because, like, I used to hear that I was like, it was intimidating to approach me to want to date me. So here I'm thinking that people just didn't want your girl, but they did want me. They were just like really like too intimidated. And so I think that I would probably have an issue dating right now because of that. Because of what you just said, I'm like, what? I'm making some more choices than what you given on this on the as these
But then
options.
isn't it even the fact that you get to choose that you prefer a man who isn't intimidated by your genuine energy?
Ooh,
It
I like the way
it
you
listen.
just asked that.
Yeah, but here, wait. The thing is, at the end of the day, the man gonna have to say so with that because he gets to choose. Do I want to deal with this type of energy or do I not want? And that's why a lot of women in this day and age are single because that energy for most men is intimidating. It's a turn off. It's like it's like if I go to ask you, babe, can you cook dinner tonight? Now you don't work 12 hours a day. You done sat in traffic for 2 hours. You come home, you don't want to cook dinner. We both know you don't want to cook dinner, but we both know we got to eat. So when I go to ask you that and you tell me, no, I'm not cooking dinner, he like, but like, I don't like, why are you not cooking dinner? And you like, well, why don't you just go get you some food? And he's like, why we got to go back and forth? We know we both hungry. It's that type of turnoff for a lot of guys. A lot of guys don't want the back and forth. A lot of
I
guys want,
mean, okay, we about to go down another like, cause what you already know why I don't want to make dinner.
And that's
So
just
why can't
communication.
we? That is communication. And if I tell you no, I don't want to make dinner, it's you obviously know the reason. So it shouldn't be a turn off. What should be a turn on is like, babe, I know that you just worked like da 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 hours and I know you don't feel like cooking. I was thinking maybe we can sit down this weekend when we're both off and come up with a meal plan thing. So maybe you and I both can get into the kitchen together, or I can even sit there with you and we're going to make such and such and such meals for the week. And then, each day, all you got to do is just warm it up, as
how's that?
opposed to just being turned off that she doesn't want to do it. It's just like, okay, I get that you don't want to do it. Here's an alternative where you still cook. I'm gonna be in there with you. I might not help you, but at least I'll turn on the music. We can have some fun, and then like all the meals that you're gonna want for the week are already cooked.
How does that solve today's problem though? Like we got to eat tonight. For the weekend, for next week, is cool, but
See,
tonight.
that's what's wrong with these kids these days. Y'all want everything now. No, y'all order out.
So
You're going to order out tonight because you already know she worked 12 hours. But then the solution is to think about your future self. And so, because today is a problem, the solution that we're going to have is going to help my future self. And then now, this weekend, we're going to go grocery shopping. You're going to get all of the things. Wife, who is like, okay, I agree, will cook the meals. And boom, y'all have meal prep. So now, today's solution, like today's problem, has a future solution.
but that's what
Boom.
those are some of the things that we're looking for in a woman's profile. We want you to be feminine. We want you to be submissive. We want you to want to cook and clean. We want you to enjoy those things. Because here's the thing, right? Among our culture, it's the back and forth when it comes to cooking, cleaning, the domestication stuff. And I get it. We work harder than every other group. Well, this is absolutely true. Yes. But all the other cultures, they not coming home. It's coming home to a clean house. Dinner is cooked. Your wife is in bed. The kids are asleep. It's not a lot of back and forth because they've been taught how to please their partners, right? And one of the industries that I'm in is aviation, and I meet a lot of families, and I look at one of the things I'm curious about is age disparity in relationships, and I've seen a lot of other cultures, their partners end up being 7 to 10 years an age gap. And with the 7 to 10 year age gap, what tends to happen is the man is he's actually a provider at that point. The wife is a caregiver. She's a caregiver for the kids and a home giver for the house to make sure the house is in order. But amongst the Black community, we're right there in our age. It's like we're struggling together. It's like we sign up to struggle together. And I just think that a lot of guys in the Black community, when it comes to dating apps, they're dating outside of their race simply because it's like, yo, my life is already hard. I want someone that's nurturing, that's catering. Like I want to feel wanted when I come in the house. I don't want my wife to feel like today's society has beat her up. And then me want to love her, be up under her is a chore for her. And that's
So are you looking for like a stay-at-home mom type of wife,
No.
like future wife on dating apps then? Because there's like, if the world has beat up on her all day, you're asking her to like leave that, which is going to cause mental issues for sure. And to like just cater just to you. It just sounds like you are asking her to do these things per the previous example and this one. She has no outlet. It's just her purpose is just pleasing you.
No.
She's going to be very depressed, Kendall. I'm just
No,
letting
no,
you
so
know.
no,
You're
no,
going to
listen,
have to
listen,
get my
listen.
sis
No,
some
no,
good
listen,
therapy.
Okay.
Because
No, listen,
my
listen, listen.
goodness, you want her to work 12 hours a day, come home and
No,
cook,
no,
even
no,
though she
no.
don't feel
No
like
words about
and
it.
no
Just
words. She better
no
not
back
say
and forth.
nothing. She better be happy about it. Damn it.
Okay.
Be
And want
happy
to tear
to
me down
keep you dinner
afterwards. Like,
and can't
No,
vent
no,
about it.
no. I
Cannot
do.
vent.
I do. Listen, I want her to, when as far as work goes, I want my wife or my significant partner to do things that give her energy. So I would love for her to be an entrepreneur, a business
She gonna need the
owner,
energy
a
with you, man.
lawyer, a doctor, somewhere where she a contract work, somewhere where she can make her own schedule. It's more flexible. She could build a life that she wants. I do not want a wife or a partner who works a 9 to 5. I don't want the constraints. Because even with me being a young entrepreneur, I'm trying to get out of that constraint for myself as fast as possible. So I don't want to say to my wife or my partner, yo, babe, I want to go look at an apartment building in Argentina, and you got to ask your manager to get a week off to go to Argentina. That's unacceptable to me. I want to say, yo, babe, we're going to Argentina for 2 weeks. Let's pack up the kids. We go to Argentina. We're in Argentina for 2 weeks looking at this property or what have you. Or I'm looking at a business opportunity in Belize. Or I might be looking at a business opportunity in New Zealand, and we're gone for a month. I want to be able to do that. I want my wife to do things, my partner to do things that give her energy, not necessarily take energy from her. And like we said prior to starting to record, employment is modern day slavery.
Well,
And we're in a society where I don't want my wife to have the stress of, if you forget to make a phone call, you forget to do one type of thing, you're stressed out that your boss might try to fire you. No, I want you to have the resource that you need to build the life of your dreams. And that's one of the things that I fight for, even with Black people, Black friends, Black women, Black males. Design a life of your dreams, but you have to know what it looks like so that you can design it. So when I talk to a partner or a woman that I'm interested in dating, I'm always, okay, what do you want your future life to look like? This is what I want mine to look like. Now, if we could come to a commonality in that, then let's build something great. Because I don't believe you fall in love. I believe you choose who you want to give your love to. And I could be wrong, but in my experience, I believe I choose the woman that I want to give my love to, and then I build the life of my dreams with that person. And it doesn't matter where I meet that person, whether it's in person or a dating app, because you dope no matter where I meet you at.
okay. Annie, did you have something to say before we go into this game that I want to
oh, we
play
got a
with y'all?
game? No, we could go
We
into
got
the
a
game.
game. Okay. I mean, and it's going to be a chance for you to continue the conversation, though. But
Okay.
thank you, Kendall, for sharing what you just shared. Okay, so this is going to kind of be like a little bit of a rapid fire game, and it's just going to be like a yes or no, and there is a chance to elaborate on your answer. It's going to be fun. All right, so the first question is, sex on the first date, yes or no?
Depends. No. It depends.
Okay.
For me,
It depends.
For me, it depends. Do I want sex on the first date? Yes, I do want sex on the first date. Am I upset if I don't get sex on the first date? No, I'm not upset. But at least tease me. Like bring back the art of tease. Like make me imagine about it. Like make me look forward to it when I do eventually get it.
Okay. Man pays on the first date, yes or no?
Yes. It doesn't have to be that way all the time, but to me, that sets a standard that I really like. I always go on a first date prepared to also pay, but I feel like if the man's not paying, I get a little bit, I might have questions about what he is expecting out of this or like what even this is worth of his time. So I prefer if a man pays.
I think like naturally a man should pay on the first date, but it's 2025, right? If I gotta pay on the first date, yes, I'm expecting sex on the first date. So if you don't want to pay on the first date and you don't want to give me sex, it's gotta be 50-50. To be honest. Most guys
So you're
want
paying
sex.
for sex.
Sometimes. Sometimes. Like, but I think truthfully, I think the man should pay on the first date. Truthfully, the man should pay on the first date.
So, like, can I ask y'all a question? So people don't discuss like budget even like prior to a date. Like, hey, this is what my budget is for today. I don't mind
Absolutely not.
paying.
Yeah, I've
You don't
never had
discuss
that kind of
budget?
conversation.
Absolutely
Unless,
not.
except for
Wow.
when I was
Okay.
already involved with somebody for a while, then it's like,
Okay.
okay, what are we trying to experience? What's our vibe? Like, do we have a budget? But as far as beginning dating, never. That never comes up. Especially, well, I don't know. I've never brought it up
Is
as
that
a
a
woman,
turn
but
off?
it would turn me off. I gotta be honest. It would turn me off.
That's tough. I mean, the thing is, no, we're never talking about budget, but as a man, you should have enough common sense to know what your money looks like. Now, we'll say I met a girl online, right? We went out to a restaurant, and I knew my pockets was a little funny that night. My pockets was a little funny. We sitting there. She ordered mashed potatoes. I think she ordered shrimp and mashed potatoes, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't got this." Then she ordered the drink, and I was like, "Ooh, I really don't got this." So then I ordered the drink, and I'm sitting there like. So then I ran into the bathroom. I called one of my boys. I said, "Yo, bro, I need you to Zelle me $50 right now." He's like, "Yo," I said, "Yo, right now. Like, this is serious." He's like, "All right, bet." He
This
sent
is
me the
serious.
50. I went back. I paid for the meal. We end up leaving that spot, and we end up going into the liquor store, getting a bottle, and back to her apartment. We had some more drinks. I ended up sleeping with her on the first day. Now, that wasn't the intention, but I ended up sleeping with her on the first night. But I was just like, thank God my homeboy sent me that $50 because I was down bad. I didn't have it.
Thank God he sent you the 50. That night could have been
Yeah.
different. You might not have got any.
That
And
night
then
would
she
have been
dropped
very
and gave
different.
you 50. Hey, dropped and gave you
Yeah.
50.
And I still talk to her every now and again to this day. She's a great girl. Great girl.
Shout out to her.
Great girl. Great girl. And that's
Great
what I
girl.
dream that they'll say after a date with me. She's a great girl.
Right. Great girl. Great girl. We're still cool. All right. Ghosting someone is okay if you didn't vibe. Yes or no?
No.
No. Never okay.
Okay.
Tell them they not your cup of tea and keep it pushing.
Yeah, especially with online dating because you can, and what's tying you to this person, and if y'all not in each other's circles, why can't you just tell them no and just free them
Yeah.
up? Keep it moving.
Absolutely. I'm never going to see you again anyway.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to see you to begin with, so.
Or maybe you might see them again. So you don't want to burn bridges or have like
No,
a stalker or somebody trying to burn down your house if they see you in public with somebody else.
You know, I will say this. I love running into girls that I've met that in the beginning stages didn't give me the time of day. Like I meet you somewhere, you give me your phone number, and it doesn't turn into anything. And then I run into you a second time. Because now they have to look on their face like, oh, my go-to line when I meet a girl, because I'm very good with faces. When I meet a girl that I've met in the past, I'm like, oh, how you doing? What's your name? Yo, you're very attractive. I would like to get to know you. Let's get to know each other. She types her phone number. Her name pops up. She's like, and I'm like, oh. She's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, what's up? And she's like, oh, And now she's open to really want to get to know me because women have that barrier of entry up all the time. So you gotta find creative ways to get through that barrier of entry. And sometimes it just takes you running into them a second time.
Okay. Sharing locations with a friend before a first date.
Absolutely not.
Ooh. See, that's that man and
Because
woman
I got
thing.
Annie's location.
Okay. But several of my friends do. And also, if I'm going on a first date, I'm verbalizing it. You don't just have my location, but like you already know I'm about to meet somebody I don't know. I feel
I'm
comfortable.
talking about that
Here's
way.
where we're going. But
Yes.
yeah, I like my friends to know where I'm gonna be
Yeah,
because
your friends should. Yeah, your friends should, and your parents. I thought you were talking about you sharing your location with the person versus
oh
Oh
another
no,
person.
no, no,
no,
no,
Oh
no.
yeah,
never.
No,
I don't share
sharing it with your
location.
friends before you go.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
I have a lot of people's locations. Like
I make
that's
jokes
like
about that to break the ice. Yo, make sure your people's got your location. Make sure you good, because you might try to
that's a
kidnap
good
me.
one.
Yeah.
That's funny. I like that.
Yeah. Even
I
if I
like
just
that.
share
That
my
is a good
location till like
icebreaker.
the end of the night because I don't know how long this
Mm-hmm.
night is gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
And I do follow up like, okay, if I'm going to their place, I'll let my friends know. By the way, if I am somewhere that you don't expect me, this is a choice. And here's maybe a picture, a proof of life or a proof that it's really me feeling it, or here's a voice note. Like I really like to I just I have run into some creeps online, but also in real life. I just like my friends
Damn.
to know. I've also had situations where I felt uncomfortable with a man, and I will send my friends a video message right then and there, like this is how I'm feeling, this is how it's going. I'm about to make my way home. I'll check back in when I get there.
As you should, because there's a lot of creepy guys in this world. There's a lot of creepy
And
guys.
I'll say creepy women, but they're just creepy people
I've never
out
run into
here.
There's
those.
some creepy people.
I've never ran into a creepy one, but actually, like I said, I have a filter system, 3 or 4 FaceTimes before we hang out, so we cool. Like, I mean, and I'm calling you. There's one girl that I was dating. Right, we met on a dating app, and she hates FaceTime. And she's like, "Yo, I need a heads up." I'm like, "I'm never going to give you a heads up. And I think you're attractive enough for me to call you on FaceTime. You just answer the phone. I don't care if you don't have no makeup on, your hair is not done, your eyelashes is not done, the weave is not on. I don't care. I'm calling you on FaceTime so I can know that you're a real person and I can see what you really got going on. And that's just what it is. For me, if you feel some type of way about the random FaceTimes, that's a red flag. That's an immediate red flag.
It doesn't make you think that maybe she's busy and likes to carve out like time that she can spend time, because that's how I am when I FaceTime with people. I don't want it to be random throughout the day, especially I work at night in theater. And so I want it to be when I actually have time that I can connect with you and not just like my mind is everywhere. I got all these things going on. I'm trying to do this, trying to do that. And I also don't want you to feel like your time isn't valuable to me. So I'm just FaceTiming you while I'm doing something. Because for me, if somebody FaceTimes me while they have other stuff going on, I think that's reserved for when we're really in it. So if you are doing something
Just tell me
else,
no.
but then that's a turn off.
No, it's not. If I FaceTime you randomly and you like, yo, Kendall, listen, I got this going on. I'm gonna call you back later. I'm like, okay, cool. Cool. And then you follow up and call me back. I'm like, yeah, she was thinking about me while she was doing. Guys want to feel appreciated. I want to feel appreciated. Like, I like little things like you getting dressed, you send me a picture of your outfit. You randomly FaceTime me. You ask me, yo, babe, what type of shoes should I wear? Sandals or open toe, peak toe heels, sneakers, this blouse with this dress. Guys want to have their input feel valued. So if I'm just meeting you and we're going through this process and we FaceTime, let's say we FaceTime once, send me I had this one girl that I met, right? She said, yo, I'm about to get ready to go with my friends. She sent me a picture of her outfit with 2 separate shoes. She didn't know how happy that made me. I was just like, damn, that's just so sexy. Like, I'm thinking about her now because she just the little, if for guys, it's the little things that make the biggest difference.
That's good stuff. That makes sense. That's
Yeah, we want to
good.
feel needed.
That's a good way to feel needed too. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of do like a little impromptu question in there.
Okay.
Inviting the person to your house, to your home after the first meeting, yes or no?
No.
Depends on how the day goes. Depends on how the day goes.
I feel like that answer can definitely be more different for a girl than a
Yes.
guy
Yes.
because of the safety factor.
Hmm.
Because I had a few people send me their personal experiences with dating apps. And let me tell y'all, it was some stories. Like I had one girl tell me how she went to the guy's house, and which you would think it would be like easier to leave if you're at someone else's house than if they're at yours, but he was chasing her around the house
What?
Well,
butt naked, and she didn't want to have sex after the
he
first
was
meeting.
naked.
Butt naked, chased her around the
A chase
house
is crazy.
with his jank out,
That's
just like,
dangerous.
yo, like, come here.
But
That's
so
crazy.
that catches me off guard because that's why I would choose to go to somebody else's house. First of all, I'm particular about who can be in my space because I really protect
In your
my space and
space,
my
your
energy here.
energy too.
But and I know I'm bringing good energy to somebody else's space, so that's on them to worry about that. But I already know like I'm only bringing good energy there. But I think about the fact that I can leave when I want to, and I don't go there without knowing like how to get there, how to get back, and like kind of I already it sounds like a lot, but I already have an exit plan if I've chosen to go there. So for me, it's like,
You should
okay,
always have an exit plan.
yeah. So I would much rather go to somebody else's place. But now thinking about a chase, I'm like, well, what then if they're
That's
chasing you before you
that's
even get
crazy.
out? That's a lot.
He was a bold guy because most guys ain't getting. Yeah, I'm no. Unless there's a clear, unless there's a clear pathway to sex, there is no. I'm whipping my running around my house with willy nilly. No,
Well, that's called
no.
consent.
Yeah,
Yeah, I need a
we like
clear
to keep it
pathway.
consensual.
Yeah, I need a clear pathway to this is what we're doing. This is
Yes.
what we're about to do.
But
Yeah, that's
chasing her is
crazy.
insane.
A
He
That's
naked
crazy.
chase.
chased her. It was a couple of stories that I received where it was like these
Really?
guys were tripping. Yeah, but a lot of them wanted to stay anonymous. So,
Yeah.
and that's respectfully, and I totally get that. But yeah, being chased and then like people just being like super weird, like that's
Yeah,
scary.
guys is crazy. Yeah, guys. Listen, there's guys are crazy. Like,
Yeah.
cause God, you know what it is. Guys are emotional. Like I always tell women, guys are super emotional. So the fact that you came back to his place and his mind, he like, yo, it's on, it's lit. And he just assumed that it was going where it was going, and she was like, I'm ready to leave, probably. And he was like, no, no, no. Because at
That's
dinner there
not
was
what I
three
had
hundred
planned for
dollars.
today.
At dinner
Yeah,
there was three
see?
hundred dollars.
All right. And so the last one I'm going to ask y'all is look up someone on Google or social media before the first date. Yes or no?
I hate doing that. The reason why I hate doing that is because a lot of women make their pictures look better than what they actually look like in person. And you'll go to their social media and most guys will get intimidated. Most guys will get intimidated. And you'll see a girl, you'll see her social media, and you're like, oh my God, she is everything. And then you're like, okay, I gotta play this a certain way. But then when you see them in person, it's like, oh, she just cool. Like she cool. She okay. So the curiosity will get to you, but I think it's better to do a first date, then find a social media, than to find a social media and then do a first date.
I agree. I
What about
definitely
you,
don't
Annie?
prefer to look up a person's social media before I go ahead and spend some time with them. But maybe like after I spend time with them and I see that I like them, then I might go to social media to gather more information.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't like to do it beforehand.
I've done it though. Not gonna lie to you, I've done it. Like, yeah, because you know, it's when you meet a girl and she don't have her makeup on, she don't have her hair done, and she's looking down to earth. She might look regular, but then you go to the gram and she look amazing, and you like, oh, I got a star. This is about to be lit. I'm excited for this. And it puts so much pressure on a guy that doesn't need to necessarily be there. Because when you finally see her in person, y'all kicking and y'all vibe. Oh, she cool. Like I fuck with shorty. Like she's a good look. She's cool as shit. The Instagram is a plus, but you start to realize from social media, I've never met a woman, and no offense, I've never met a woman that I've seen their social media and then seen them in person look better than their social media. They always
Mm.
look worse than their social media.
It's no
And now I'm not
filters.
saying worse in a bad, yeah, I'm not saying worse in a bad way, but it's
We live
just
in a very filtered world.
if you're an 8 on social media, you're probably a 7 in real life. If you're a 9 on social media, probably an 8 in real life. And it's intimidating. It's very intimidating
You got the
for
number system
guys.
down too.
Oh yeah, listen, I'm a professional. I'm a professional.
Because 10% of women, no, I'm sweating. You got the percentages and the numbers. You've got it all broken down for us. So, okay. I'm trying to think if there's one more that I wanted to ask you. You know what I do? I want to ask you this one. Because it leads me to like a question about like being honest about intent. So swiping for fun, even when you're not looking for a date, yes or no?
No. But I can't say I haven't. But I can say
Yes,
now, no.
absolutely yes. I wake up for shits and giggles. So sometimes I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll be honest with you, I've realized on certain dating apps at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, you just wake up out of the sleep and you get on them, you see some of the prettiest women. So it's like dating apps are like going into a Marshalls or a TJ Maxx or a Ross. When you're not looking for it, you find the best stuff. When you're in those stores and you're not looking for something, you find the best stuff. That's how dating
Not
apps
window
are.
shopping.
I swear.
I
You
honor
ain't never
that.
been in,
Or
you've never
maybe
been in,
because it's
like,
3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and you in demon time.
Okay.
So it's just like
you never been in Marshalls and
your
you was just
eyesight
in
is
there
different.
looking and you found a blouse. You're like, oh, this blouse is fire. But when you go into a Marshalls and you're looking for a particular item for your outing tonight, you can't find anything. That's how it is on dating apps. When you on there looking for the person, you like, shit, I can't find nobody. But you just for shits and giggles strolling. Damn, she look good. Damn, she bad. Damn, he's attractive. You like, okay, I'm outside. I'm just saying.
Okay. And do you think that people should be upfront about their intent on why they are on the app? So like say if you're looking for like a one night stand, if you're looking for like I'm just in town, because I know that there is a way where you can set your profile up to like look within a certain demographic, and a lot of times people do that, especially if they have like traveling jobs and it's just like, hey, I'm looking around, like I think Annie had mentioned at the beginning. She just wants to be able to see the city and kind of like get more acclimated. So do you think that it's good to put like what your intent is in
100%.
the profile?
Yeah, it's better, but most people lie. I'm gonna be honest with you. Most guys gonna lie. Guys gonna say, yeah, I want a one night stand, but say, yeah, I want a girlfriend. A woman's gonna say, I'm looking for something serious, but she wants a free meal. So it's just, I mean, it's tough. I always tell people, I give people 6 months. Because you could fake who you are for a period of time, but in 6 months, I'm trying to look at you through the different seasons. And that's the best way to weed a person out. And this worked for me in my experience. 6 months.
But is that you get to stay on my roster for 6 months? Or like I'm dating you and maybe one or two other people for 6 months? You know what I mean? Because like keeping a person around for 6 months, I got to know well before 6 months that you're worth my time. I got to know month one.
No, it's you and a few others for 6 months. Because after 6 months, I know if I really want to take you serious. You got to go through the gauntlet. I'm sorry. Like my heart, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm a very emotional guy. So you got to go through the gauntlet to let me know that you are the one I want to be with. And I can't say that's for every guy, but for me, I'm putting you through a 6-month process. Absolutely.
That sounds like hazing. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it was the word gauntlet. I think it was gauntlet, where I was just like, oh my gosh.
It was kind of triggering. I was like, that sounds like
That
a
sounds
test and
scary.
a trial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Wow.
the thing is, because you're going to listen. My goal is to help you become a better version of yourself, right? That's my life's purpose. Anybody I come in contact with, help you become a better version of yourself. So even if in the 6 months of us dating, even if we don't become anything, I still want to say I was able to help you become a better version of yourself. And I can't do that in month 1 or month 2. It's got to take some time for that process. Now, in that 6 months, I'm also going to figure out, is there a connection there? Can I make you my girlfriend? Can I make you my wife? Because I truly believe I'm not going to make you a mother if I won't make you a wife. That's my belief.
Respectful. Well, within those 6 months, sis, whoever you are out there, make sure that you learn how to cook and that you're ready to cook when this man is hungry. Make sure that you have a therapist, because don't you vent to him. If you had a rough day, tell it to your friends. No, don't tell him. It's a turn off. It's a turn off. Okay, as much as I'm like really loving to have this conversation, I do want to end with like, is there any piece of advice that you guys would give to someone that's nervous about using a dating app? And when I ask this, I'm saying this from like a person who maybe has been like in a long-term relationship and now here it is, they're in their 40s and they're like trying to find somebody. Like, what advice would you give someone who's just starting out and they're not young?
I would say focus on the connection and build a relationship based off of the connection and let life unfold. We put too much pressure on ourselves as people to find the perfect person, opposed to letting life unfold and letting that person become perfect for you, because you get to choose who you give your love to.
Nice. I would just say pay attention to what you're looking for and to what you're finding. And even you can let what you find inform what you're looking for. It can be ever changing and it can grow.
That was so beautiful, y'all. Well, never mind, I ain't even gonna say that. But anyway. Thank y'all so much for being so candid, so raw and unfiltered, and so brave to talk about this topic with us. Like, I think that it went so well. And hopefully somebody learned something. If someone wants to follow you guys on social media, like, how can they get in touch with you?
My Instagram is Kendall underscore Barrett, K3 NDALL underscore Barrett, BARRETT underscore. You can find me on all my social media handles as Kendall Barrett. Follow me. Let's connect.
All right. And I'm Annie underscore is you okay? Like the Michael Jackson song, just a little bit different. That's on Instagram.
Okay. And so I gotta ask this because this is an online dating episode. Are you guys currently looking for someone, or are you currently active on social media? Not social media, dating
I
apps.
am not currently active. Open to looking for somebody or open to meeting somebody, but not looking right now.
Okay.
I mean, I'm definitely always keeping my options open because I never know who I may come across that may change my life for the better.
Okay. I had to ask. So look out for Kindle on Christian Mingle and what's the farmers one?
Oh, wait a minute. I don't know about that.
Remember there's one for farmers.
Plenty of fish.
Like, no, I'm gonna find out what it is, and I'm gonna make sure I put it in here in this episode so y'all can see it. Cause there's one for everything. I have a friend. Just before we wrap up, I have this friend. When I was asking him about like if he was ever on online dating apps, and he's an actor, and so he was like, yeah, sometimes I would like get onto the different apps, because there's so many out there
There's
for
a ton
like
of them.
everything that you are into. And he's like, I'll go in there just to promote my show. And I was like, no.
Wait, I will
These
say
women
I've had
are-
people come to my shows
That's
based
smart.
off of online dating because we're trying
Good.
to find
Really?
a place to or time to meet. And then I'm telling them what I'm up to, and they're like, okay, I'll come. Say less. Here's the link for
Yes.
tickets.
Come spend
It
your
could be a
money.
good marketing tool, like
Yes.
Kendall said earlier. It could be a really good marketing tool.
Yeah.
So that's what's up.
Wait, there's
But
one for
again,
actors?
thanks, y'all. No, but if you go under the guise that you're looking for someone, however, you're an actress, here's a plug to your shows. Apparently it worked because it worked for him. And I was like, not Christian Mingle, like that was one that he was on. I was like, those women are
Nuh-uh.
on there looking for their Boaz, and you on there,
Good for him. Good
you
for
on there,
him.
and then gonna leave good sis and just leave them hanging.
Great girls.
But anyway, they're great. It's a great
Mhm.
girl. Okay, but thanks again, guys.
Appreciate you. Thank you for the invite.
This is awesome.
That was a very, very interesting and fun conversation. Thank you again so much to Kendall and Anne for joining us here today. I learned a lot more about the dating app community, and I hope that you did too. So I want to make sure that I let you guys know that if you have not already, you need to subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on your notifications. That way, the next time we drop another episode, you are notified right away. Now, I like to be in y'all business. So what are you currently watching on TV? I gotta know. I am now watching Squid Games. The second season is finally out. It's on Netflix, and I'm on episode 1. So when I say I'm starting, I'm like starting. But I'm super excited to see what happens in this new season. I personally love watching it with like the original sound and audio. I don't like to have like the dub over voices, so I'm one that will read the subtitles. So I'm super excited to finish this one because I love season 1. Like I was like, when is season 2 gonna come out? So I'm super excited. That's what I'm currently watching, but make sure that y'all let me know. I do hope that you enjoyed this episode today as much as I did. I thought it was super fun. And I hope that y'all come back and listen to the next episode because you know it's going to be something good. But thank you so much for tuning in to Not Just Adulting, where we are untangling the realities of adulthood because adulting isn't always in a straight line.